everybody. Welcome back to TGIF. It's Wednesday. I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan. We are here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. So sit back, relax, get you something to sip and drink on unless you are unlocking your better self and join us in the shenanigans. Please welcome the birthday boy, still high off of celebrating his birthday. He got his Miss DC / Miss LA sash on, trying to come for my title and my look.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Actually, yesterday was my birthday, but I'm going to celebrate all week. I'm doing a multi-city tour. I was with Claudia in Dallas on Friday, DC on Saturday. I miss you, Claudia, coming to DC. New York on Tuesday, my birthday. I'll be in LA Thursday, Chicago Saturday.
Damn. Are you getting some in every city?
Please. I wish. Well,
soulmates, you heard it. Al Reynolds is available and taking gentleman callers on the road and give him some birthday love. Speaking of love, we got to show love to Funky Dineva. What's good, Funky?
What's going on, everybody? Happy birthday, Al.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
He was out here last week and we went out. He came over to the house and met the cats.
Very aggressive cats. Oh my goodness, Funky. Claudia's house is beautiful. It's nothing but windows all around the back and on the side. It's like high ceilings. You know, she's gut renovating everything. She has these beautiful, she's redoing her lights. I saw all of her future projects. And yes, the lovely cats. Had a great time with the cats.
And the shower could fit like 6 people in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect for Al Reynolds.
I wouldn't expect anything more from Claudia Jordan. So I can't wait. I can't wait to share some housewarming once she gets it all together. We're gonna all come up there and tear up her shit.
You know what? I would love for you guys to come to Dallas and hang out. Isn't Dallas a fun city, Al?
Oh man, we had a blast. And I even got Claudia to go to 2 places. I got her to do 2 stops in one night. So hey, it was a lot of fun, even though she broke her toe.
I think I did. Stuff. You know what, Al, Funky, you notice there's always like an injury, a car's getting towed
or something.
Someone's throwing up.
And then soulmates, when I woke up the next day, I had a missed FaceTime call from Claudia Jordan at 3 in the morning. And I was like, I hope she ain't in jail because I'm sleeping. Okay. And the next day, come to find out they were together trying to call me.
Yeah, we wanted to include you because we do feel and hear you when we kind of go on because we see each other more and we're like, let's bring Funky into this and it'd be fun if we FaceTime you. So
we do it at 9 o'clock, bitch, and not 3 in the morning.
First of all,
usually you're at the bar.
Right. We don't know when you're awake because you have a weird ass sleeping schedule. Like you might be asleep at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We don't know when you sleep.
It's called Rich White Woman Life of Leisure. Okay.
Well, Al, if soulmates, if you want to give Al a birthday present, Al, do you have a Cash App?
Oh no, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Well, send me a DM and I'll get you guys his Cash App. I'll broker it. How about that? All right, y'all. In honor of Al's birthday, are y'all sipping on anything special tonight?
No, you see how good I'm looking? This is what happens when you unlock your better self. My skin is clear. I mean, I'm looking young and supple. So Al, I just have to sip on some air for you, brother. But I'm trying to keep this. I'm trying to keep what I got going on because it's working for me.
Until after the show. Okay, Funky. I'm drinking wine, Claudia. I'm having a Chardonnay.
Okay. Well, I still probably have stuff in my system from DC because I had hit the town. It was fun last night. We had some fun. We did see a rat right by a pizza place he went to, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Well, we're gonna get into other stuff. We have a lot to talk about on this show. Breaking news. Let's get into it. A New York grand jury has decided to indict a former U.S. Marine who fatally choked a homeless man on a subway train. Now, this decision comes just months after Daniel Perry was charged with second-degree manslaughter for the killing of Jordan Neely. Al, birthday boy, let's go to you first. What are your thoughts on this update that just came out?
I mean, it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do. Now, this is the interesting part here, Claudia. The family would like for them to up the charges from second-degree manslaughter to murder, and so they're going to focus their prosecution on that he knew what he was doing after so long of apprehending that young man, and that him holding him in that chokehold, in fact, would lead to murder.
I mean, some of these cases that are caught on camera, I'm like, duh. It's almost like, duh. We see it. Q, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts?
I think this is, of course, I'm overjoyed. However, being Black in this country, indictments don't mean nothing. Charges don't mean nothing because we go through the whole trial and we never get the conviction. So while I'm glad that the process is processing, I'm not going to feel nothing until I get a conviction. And as far as the charge is concerned, I hate that we're in a situation sometimes where we have to take what we could get. While I would like the charge to be upgraded to murder as well, let's just be careful what we wish for sometimes because we get the emotional attachment to the word. But oftentimes these people get off because we don't have the evidence to get them for that greater charge. And if we get them for that middle charge, we can get that one slam dunk. Don't make it right, but I'd rather his ass go for 15 years than we go for that greater charge and he gets off altogether.
To be Black in America, it's to constantly have to compromise, right? It's like, can you imagine, right? Say Funky was on a yacht and someone's troubled son was on the yacht that had some emotional issues and he was wilding out, acting up, and you just wrapped your legs around him and choked him out until he died, right? And people filmed it. Did you hear how ridiculous this sounds?
Yeah. It's obviously a murder.
It's murder. It's nothing but murder. Even if the guy was like, I'm sick of being not as rich as you guys and I don't have a boat like y'all and I'm hungry and where's the caviar? That's basically what happened on a lower scale. That's basically what happened. When you put it like that, you hear how ridiculous it sounds. But whenever it's a Black and white person, it's like, well, hold on, this white person had jurisdiction over this Black body. And it's like, we're still in that slave mentality where the average white person can police an average Black person. All right, y'all. The Puerto Rican princess, aka Joseline Hernandez, was arrested and charged for assaulting reality star Big Lex backstage at the Floyd Mayweather fight. Now, the alleged rapper has accumulated at least 4 charges, including trespassing and battery. She has now been released from prison. What are your thoughts on this mayhem? And do you think her fiance Ballistic Beats should be charged as well? Al, what do you think about this? Did you see the whole fight?
Yeah, I did. I got to see the whole thing. Claudia, I'm just disappointed across the board with everybody involved in this fight and definitely with Joseline. Let me tell you something. I watched her interview on Drink Champs last week, and she said that she was practicing sobriety and that she had been sober for a long period of time. This doesn't look like she's practicing sobriety to me. And let me tell you what really pissed me off. Number one, there were 20 men standing around there and watching before they decided to get involved. I find that downright disgusting. Number two, Joseline, back in 2020, Stevie J got custody of your baby girl, what her name, Bonnie Bella? For your antics. You're back at it again. Within 2 weeks, you've gotten in 2 fights and thrown in jail with 4 charges. Don't you think maybe he could use that to get custody of his daughter back again? Think about that. I mean, because you fought long and hard to get your daughter back. I just don't understand. And then Ballistic, I honestly, because of Ballistic's lack of trying to help and stop that, yes, he should be charged too.
Okay, I hear you. And yeah, she did not have custody of her daughter for a while. And if it wasn't for the conditions where the daughter was with CBJ, Steve would still have custody. Q, what do you think about this?
So I was minding my business like I always do. And I saw that video. And one of my friends is in that video. So I called my friend. I said, friend, I know we're not fighting. That's not what we're doing, friend. And friend said, she wasn't trying to fight. Friend said she was trying to break it up until that girl bit her ankle. Then she had to start kicking her. Okay. So then a little later on, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there because I already did a YouTube video and I was trying my hardest to hold the person's name back and everybody got it in the video. So Melissa, don't be mad at me. I called Melissa. Melissa said she was trying to break it up, but the girl bit her ankle. So when she bit her ankle, she had to start kicking her in the head. But here's what Melissa told me.
Is Melissa the one that used to date Mimi?
Yes. That used to be on Love and Hip Hop with the braids or whatever, the short lesbian girl. Okay. I don't know if she dated Mimi or not.
People were saying that. I don't remember Mimi telling me about that. But
no. But okay. Anyway, after I called Melissa and got those teas, Melissa said that what we saw was not all of what happened. Mm-hmm. All right. She said prior to that video, they were jumping Joseline when Joseline was by herself. Now listen, y'all, I'm just telling y'all what Melissa told me. All right. I ain't got no dog in the fight. She said they was jumping they was jumping Joseline or whatever before we even saw that. Melissa said she was trying to break it up. The girl bit her ankle. That's why she started kicking in the head. All right. So then the story came out that Joseline went into jail. So I had to call Melissa back to see if she could answer her phone to see if she was in jail. I said, girl, is you in jail? She said, of course not. I said, well, girl, why is she in jail and you not in jail? And she said, Joseline is not in jail for the video that we've seen. There was a second altercation that happened afterwards. Now, all of this is according to Melissa. There was a second altercation that happened afterwards. And even Melissa said she was home by then, and she said Joseline should have took her ass home, but she didn't. And the 4 charges resulted in the incident that happened after this fight that was not caught on camera. And that's what Melissa told me.
So there was a part 2 to the mayhem we saw was not it. It went on after that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, child. How old are these people? They're like 40s, right?
Her Wikipedia say 36, but that whole got to be my age. I mean, she got to be a strong 39, 40.
I'm more concerned about the performance in the beginning of the show. Joseline, Blueface, and Krishan. Shout out to Krishan performing pregnant. I know that had to be exhausting. And then Blueface and Blueface and Joseline performing.
You know, Claudia, this is worth pointing out. You know, and I know that this area is a sore spot for this show and this panel, but this fight and all of this had a Zeus affiliation. You know what I'm saying? Like the people she was with, those were her Zeus people. Zeus was there. So I wonder how much of that filming and that barking for the show amped up a lot of this, because all things constant, those people wouldn't have even had access to the backstage of a Mayweather Gotti situation. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. This has got the traces of a filming the show wrapped around it.
A great point. And, you know, as much as, you know, there's a lot, there's been critique, they know what they're doing with their audience and marketing, because it was the impressions on social media over the weekend were everywhere. That's all people were talking about. Well, good luck to all parties involved, and may you eventually catch the beats in music like you catch beats in the fights backstage, because there was a lot of rhythmless nation rapping on that stage. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Anita Baker, your favorite.
Don't do her. Don't do my auntie.
Oh, mean ass Anita Baker.
Exactly.
Made the executive decision to remove Babyface from the Songstress tour due to her receiving cyber threats from Babyface's fans. Anita tweeted, "In the interest of personal safety, I will continue the Songstress tour alone without Babyface. Appropriate refunds will be made. This decision comes days after Anita asked Babyface to tame his fans online." How do you do that? Do you think Anita made the right decision? Al, I got to throw it to Funky first, because, you know, that's his girl. He be defending her. He don't want to hear nothing negative about his auntie, but I'm seeing the shade here. Come on, Q. Come on.
You know what? So here's the thing, right? All things constant, regardless of fault, they were not getting along. It's beyond obvious that something was going on and they were not getting along. And like I said, regardless of fault, if we're not getting along and it's creating too bumpy of a road, then you know what? Let's split up. Babyface is worth $400 million. Anita says $20 million. He definitely doesn't need the money. People were already arguing that he was the bigger star, this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. So Babyface being removed from the tour is not like he's some up-and-coming artist and it's going to hurt their future chances or their revenue. I think in the interest of keeping peace, if the duo was causing too much stress for both parties, then I think it probably was in the best interest to just cut ties.
Before I go to Al, I want to just add this to the story. Babyface finally responded after Anita Baker removed him from the tour. He posted, "It's unfortunate and disheartening to see how things..." Come on, prompter. Come on, prompter. Don't sabotage us. "It's unfortunate and disheartening to see how things have played out via social media. While I was looking forward to the rest of the dates, I have nothing but love and respect for Anita, and I wish her the best for the remainder of her tour. What do you think about that, Al? You read between the lines here? What you think?
Definitely between the lines. And, you know, Funky can love Miss Anita, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This is just Anita being Anita. And the worst part about this is, guys, this is not fair to the fans. People went out and got that ticket because it was Babyface and Anita Baker. So to take that experience away from them is simply disheartening, and it's not what you signed up for, even if she's offering some type of discount. But how does she know what the discount could be? Because maybe I bought my ticket because I wanted to see Babyface more than Anita Baker. Now, the other part of this that I thought was interesting was Anita Baker, all she wanted Babyface to do, in my opinion, was get to say something to his fans. And because he did not do what she said, being the diva that she is, she shuts the whole thing down, throws him off the tour, and issues refunds.
It would have costed him nothing to do it, though.
To do what?
Say, y'all, Anita is not the Anita. She wanted him to say that she was not the reason that he was unable to do his sets or whatever the case may be. And for whatever reason, he did not. It would have costed him.
I thought that this argument was about him being behind her or second. What do you call it?
It stemmed from what started in Jersey with him being unable to perform, and then it kept going. Was he supporting? Was he a co-headliner? Then, you know, all that ego and stuff got in the way.
Right.
To your point.
So I wouldn't have said anything either.
To your point, but
you can clearly see they having problems, like you said.
Right, but why not? It cost you $0 to tweet, and you lost everything by being kicked off the tour. We got to go to commercial, so my bad, but go ahead.
Unless that's not really the truth, and Babyface was like, I can't say that because that's not really what went down. And maybe by him not tweeting, he kind of protected Anita. Ooh, I wish they had cameras rolling. This could have been on Zeus. Could have been a reality show. Anita and Babyface. All right, y'all. Coming up next, DDG shared his sexual kinks in the bedroom, and later a woman found a creative way to rob a beauty supply. So, here we go. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to TGIF. Now, listen, the Soulmates and got spoiled. Our likes are very anemic right now. We are only at 898. Don't get comfortable because we made this announcement. Do not get comfortable. Keep it going. It don't cost you nothing to hit that button. All right, y'all. Let's get into these stories. Halle Bailey's boyfriend, DDG, responded to a fan's tweet and told them that he prefers stinky sex. The fan tweeted, I just want DDG to explain what he means by stinky sex. And DDG tweeted, hot, sweaty, muggy, stinky sex, wet booty, ass, breath, naked, stinky, moist, steamy sex. This sounds like one of Funky Dinev's Thursday nights. So let's get into this. What do you think about this? Do you agree with his preference, Funky? What do you think?
Not me, girl. Okay. And let me tell you something. You know, listen, everybody has whatever they have in the bedroom. God knows I've shared my exploits with y'all, and I do what it is I do. But I'm going to shift this a little bit. I don't like this coming from his mouth being affiliated with her. All right. Just recently, we saw a video posted. Somebody in her camp posted a video. She was home chilling, and she was saying MF or what the FUCK or something to that effect. And she is a Disney kid. That brand has to stay clean. Raven Simone has given us the playbook on how to be a Disney adult. Now, a lot of people jumped down my throat when I said this on social media. Oh, shut the hell up, Funky Dineva. She's an adult. She can do whatever she wants to do. She absolutely can do whatever it is she wants to do. But you can't do whatever it is you want to do and keep them Disney people money and them Disney people jobs. I am sorry, you cannot be the boyfriend and the spouse so closely related to the Black Little Mermaid that we got doing this type of shit. And in my opinion, it feels like a jealous ass dude trying to fucking sabotage her. That's what it feels like to me. You're getting too much shine, so let me do something to get more shine. I can assure you, those people at Disney do not like this. They are watching this. And Haley, now if you plan on abandoning Disney, then by all means, do whatever the hell you want to do and screw whoever you want to screw. But if you want to have a 20, 30-year tenure at Disney the way Raven Simone has and made all the money, you're going to have to corral some of this shit, sis. You're going to have to tell bro, he's going to have to stop doing all that.
Very good points, because you're right. That is so off-brand of Disney, and they'd be like, oh, okay, well, we're done. We're done. We are done. Like, why would they go forward with that? It's not a good look with 9 and 10 and 11-year-old girls hearing about the stinky sex their princess is having.
Yeah, and she didn't do it, but it's coming from your boyfriend who is an extension of you. He can't do that.
Yeah. Al, what do you think about this? You think this is going to ruin her brand?
I couldn't agree with Funky more on this, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shift the conversation a little bit. I'm going to say, because it's my birthday, I want to have some stinky, sweaty, wet, what else did he say? Production, can you put that back up so I can read it? Sweat, stinky, something. I want to have all that sex.
Muggy, wet breath, ass, sticky, moist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need some of that.
So supposedly he said he wasn't referring to Haley, but that's even worse. So you refer it's a lose-lose situation if you weren't referring to your beautiful Disney star girlfriend. Is it a side chick or is it the past? Are you thinking about the past? There's no way around this.
Yeah. And Claudia, I didn't take it as he was talking about her. That's inconsequential. It's just the fact that you said it, period.
Yeah.
And you're associated with her. Like, don't do that.
It seemed like an unforced error too. Like, what did that do? Was it like were you answering a question, or you just volunteered, just threw that out there? It's like if you're dating a senator and you just say something, some off the wall, weird pedo something. Oh, hey, of course it's gonna reflect badly on your partner.
Yeah. Just like I would be cussing one of y'all ass out if y'all went somewhere public and said some old crazy ass shit, because the fact of the matter is it affects the whole boat.
Yeah. We are all related now. All right. In Pride news, the White House banned transgender model Rose Montoya for going topless at their Pride event. Now, Rose went to TikTok to share the news and said, I fully support the movement in freeing the nipple. My trans masculine friends were showing off their top surgery scars and living in joy, and I wanted to join them. Q, I'm going to go to you on this. What are your thoughts? Now, the White House caught wind of the backlash real quick. I just want to say, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, and responded, this behavior is inappropriate and disrespectful for any event at the White House, and it's not reflective of the event we hosted to celebrate the LGBTQI plus families or for the other hundreds of guests who were in attendance. Individuals in the video will not be invited to future events. Sorry, I wanted to give you that. What do you think?
Completely inappropriate on so many levels. This is such a nuanced issue. I'm going to try to sum it up in 30 seconds. She said her masculine trans man friends, right? Well, in America, men walk around shirtless. It's acceptable in media. It's acceptable in television. It doesn't garner the same reaction publicly. We see men running up and down the boulevard all the time with no shirts on. So if they are a trans man showing the scars and the nipple, that is incongruent with men being shirtless in America. America is fine with that. However, a woman cannot walk up and down the street topless with her breast hanging out. Is it right? Is it wrong? We'll save that conversation for another day. But the reality of the situation is a woman with her breast out is considered lewd and lascivious behavior. The second thing that I want to point out is that some of y'all really fuck it up for the trans community and the LGBT community and agenda as a whole. We are already under attack from the predominant group of the dominant group, because they think we're trying to pervert their children. They think we're trying to take over the world. They think we're trying to do all these different things. And you, for a little bit of attention, sacrificed the whole. That was selfish. And now you've just played into the hands of all of them. We're perverted. We don't know how to act. All we want to do is do this and do that to the world and pervert the children. They already think our sexuality, the way many of us were born, is a perversion. And for some clicks and social media likes, you sacrificed us all. And you know what? And to be honest with you, I'm saying us all to be communal. But if you want to be honest, I'm not even part of the trans community. I'm really not. And if I wanted to be an asshole, I really could be like, that's them over there. But I'm trying to do the whole rainbow community thing and lump everybody in. The shit really ain't got nothing to do with me.
And Rodriguez asked in the comments, says it's always the white trans women being problematic. And there are a lot of them that are doing that. And they also get the most protections. Can I just say this real quick before Al jumps in? Even if, you know, the goal is equality, right? In true equality, it wouldn't even be appropriate for a natural born man to be bare chested at the White House, or a woman, a natural born woman. It's appropriate for no one. It's not an attack on the trans community. It's actually not appropriate for anyone to be at the White House. I was at the White House yesterday, and we all showed up classy. No one had midriff shirts on and none of that. Everyone showed up knowing where they were, reading the room, and dressing appropriately, be around the upper crust and be around classy people. Save that shit for the beach. It's not for the White House, and it's not an attack on your trans status. It's an attack on your classlessness, in my opinion. Al, sorry.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't agree with Q or you more. Only thing that I am going to interject here is that we also have to be sensitive to what is being picked up and how it's being portrayed. That we know that the right wing or white supremacist groups are totally against, especially like the governor DeSantis. They like seeing stuff like this happen around the White House so that they can then go and exploit it and say, see, this is what's causing the deterioration of American values. See, this is why certain laws should be banned for trans people. And I think the media plays into this and is playing into this incident right here, because from what I understand, friends who had attended this particular Pride event at the White House, they weren't the only ones that were like expressing their pride. Not saying that she was appropriate, but the other two guys, that's right, trans guys that had gone through the surgery, there were more of them in a group, and they were celebrating that actual thing. So I don't think that particular suggestion or what they were doing was necessarily wrong and inappropriate, but I do think what she did, which was flashing her breast, 110% was inappropriate. But both were used to create this firestorm in media and saying, see, I told you, this is why we need to limit trans rights. See, I told you, this is why in the state of Florida, we're doing all these things against the trans community. And this just feeds into it, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time.
And just like with Black people, they will judge the community based on the bad apples, because most of the trans people I know, they just want to be accepted and
left the hell alone.
And left alone. They're class. I see lots of beautiful trans women, and they're glamorous. They're pretty. They're not all doing stuff for show and bringing attention to them. They just want to live their life. So the bad apples, and I'm gonna call these ones bad apples, mess it up. And like both of y'all said, you just give them so much fuel for their fire to say that they're all the same. Look at them. That's what they do to Black people. Look at them. Look how they all act. That's what they all do. Not the case. All right, y'all. Very good conversation. Hope no one got offended, but I'm sure someone will. All right. The president of PETA, Ingrid Newkirk, revealed that she wants her skin to be included in a human barbecue after she passes away. Does this sound about Florida? It's not. I was supposed to say, does it sound about white? But I'm like, ugh. What do you think? What? Q, you shaking your head. What you think about this? You want her skin to be? I mean,
yeah, just as long as it's her kids, her husband, or her family doing the damn barbecuing, because she's trying to make a political statement and she's trying to make a political point. But don't put that trauma on somebody else. Yeah, light a match. Strike a match and put some lighter fluid on it, just as long as it's her kids flipping her over and putting barbecue sauce on it, have at it.
You know, Claudia, the weird part here is she talked about using onions, chopping onions to add to her skin that's being cooked. In addition, she talked about creating like boots and an umbrella stand with her feet. I just thought that this was disgusting. I thought it was weird, and I thought it was borderline satanic. It sounds satanic to me, and to top it all off, it sounds cannibalistic. And I'm sorry, I don't want anything to do with anybody that is promoting that type of living right there. I would rather wear I'm sorry.
I know. I was going to say, I hate that you even said what you just said, that it sounds nasty and it sounds cannibalistic, whatever, because that's exactly the parallel that she's trying to draw between us eating animals, and that's the parallel that she's trying to draw.
Right, I know. And that's why I was saying I would rather wear fur than make that parallel. I would rather, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm disconnected on what she's trying to, what the theme is that she's adding here, but it sounds gross to me and satanic, and I didn't like it.
I mean, sometimes like we just skip the obvious of what nature does, right? In the animal kingdom, animals eat meat, they consume meat. And yes, we sometimes do some wasteful stuff with animals where we, that's abusive. And I'm not for that. But when it comes to survival and eating, like that's kind of in the natural world. I get what she's trying to do, but it's like, it just gave gross. And did you see her skin? I don't think it would hold up on a barbecue. I think it would just crumble.
So let me ask you this, Claudia. The PETA people, I thought it was just for the protection of animals. I thought it was fur. Is it all PETA people don't eat meat and all of that? You probably don't know the answer. Or is this a new sub-faction that don't spread? I'm sure there's somebody that works for PETA that eats meat.
Sure. And wears leather belts and all kinds of stuff.
All that good stuff.
I thought they were just I thought they were just against fur and puppy. Oh, speaking of, girl, I got you on the line. Al, did you get the email?
What email?
Me and Al got an email from PETA.
We did?
From last week's show. Yes, we sure did.
What did they say?
Email from PETA. Let me find it.
Oh, wait. You know what? I got to go to the teas. Soon as we come back, I want you to read the teas. I want you to read the PETA email. They came for y'all? Okay, I cannot wait to hear this. Coming up next after the PETA thing, the Wig Bandit is back in action. And later in the show, find out whether nightly sex is better for your health. Stay tuned. Welcome back to TGIF. Before we went to break, Q let us know that PETA did in fact reach out to him with a message to him and Al. This is the first I'm hearing about it. What did they say? So yeah,
just for context really quickly, it was last week when we did the Pete Davidson story. We were where Pete cussed people out and he got the dog from the puppy mill, and I started talking about the main issue that PETA has with pet stores is that the dogs come from puppy mills. So the email read, from PETA, in reference to animal adoption. Hi, Al and Funky. We caught this week's discussion about the voicemail Pete Davidson left for one of our staffers, and we said he should have adopted a dog. We appreciate that you represent our main position here, that when roughly 7 million dogs and cats are homeless at any given time, the only responsible option is adoption. Thank you also for touching on the cruelty of puppy mills, but we must point out that there is no such thing as a responsible breeder either. Anytime someone buys a dog from a breeder or a pet store, breeders and puppy mills breed more dogs to take their place, and the overpopulation crisis worsens. That's why PETA urges everyone to adopt. Thank you again for the discussion. If ever there's a way we can serve you as a resource, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'd be happy to hear from you. Kind regards, Nicole Meyer, Media Officer, PETA.
If ever there's a way for them to support, we could be sponsored by PETA now, but we might have to do something with Al, because Al is he love him some furs and leathers and crocodiles.
And then too, Claudia, you'd have to take their horse hair out either, because I don't think they'd be happy with that either.
You're right. They wouldn't bother you because yours are synthetic from Party City. They cost $9. We can do this all day, honey. We can do this all day.
Honey, if you want to twirl,
we can twirl. I can twirl before you was born. We can twirl.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, listen, there's nothing worse than going to a doctor's appointment expecting to be the center of attention, and then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Now, instead of listening to you intently, asking you how you feel and helping you along, the doctor is checking the clock. On Zoc Doc, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to you, and prioritize your care. Zoc Doc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. Now, when you're not feeling well and feeling your best and just trying to hold it together, finding great care shouldn't take up all your energy. That's where Zoc Doc comes in. Using their free app that millions of users rely on, you can find the right doctor that meets your needs and fits your schedule. Book an appointment with a few taps in their app and start feeling better, faster with Zoc Doc. Go to ZocDoc.com/T and download the Zoc Doc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Now, many of them are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc ZocDoc.com/T. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/T. Fellas, Al, I know we talk about you moving to LA and, having to kind of structure your life with finding doctors. How's it been for you?
You know what? It's interesting, Claudia. When I was in Dallas for the week, studying to be an auctioneer, I was having really bad allergies and I couldn't breathe. I thought maybe it was, activating my asthma or something. So I actually went to Zoc Doc to see if I could find a doctor to go see while I was in Dallas. And I thought, wow, this is really helpful, especially for someone like myself and you who travels a lot. And sometimes we do get sick or sometimes there is an emergency. So this is a perfect app or a perfect site to go to find a doctor in time of need.
All right. And Q, you've been on this mission to better yourself. You've been really taking care of yourself. I know we give you a hard time, but you do. You have been working on yourself. I got to give it to you. So how's it been for you?
So you know what? I'm getting ready now to go to the next step of unlocking my better self. And I do intend to get on Zoc Doc and see if I can find a head doctor to help me do just that, unlock my better self. And when I do, I will be sure to share with you guys the process, how it went, and how my visits with my doctor have gone.
Okay. All right, y'all. Promotional consideration furnished by Zoc Doc. Let's get back to the show. A Black woman found a creative way to steal a wig at a beauty supply store. Now, the mysterious woman was caught on camera walking around the store with a bonnet before she stopped to try on a wig, all on camera. After checking herself out in the mirror, she turned the wig into a bun, placed the bonnet back on her head, and walked out of the store. What are your thoughts on this bonnet thief? Since me and Q just kind of came for each other about fake hair, Q, what you think about this?
A
good idea?
It bothers me sometimes that we are Black short and we do the Black people like this. Like we just had to do this story. It just make us look so bad. And she's so run down looking. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I guess people still, I really don't know what to say. It's bad all the way around. She's going to go to jail. She's probably used to doing this. It's given us ideas now. Normally, we used to people stealing stuff up under their wig. Now we got to worry about if somebody walk into the store and we see the bonnet hanging, have they stole some of the merchandise in the bonnet? It looks bad, but she's been all over the blogs and social media, and I'm sure somebody in her neighborhood is going to turn her in or give her name.
I feel you when we have to cover stuff like this. And people think that I pick the stories or whatever. None of us pick the stories. We can suggest stories, but they are all based on what you, the viewers, make trending. So it's no fault on anyone. It's nobody here at FOXSOUL. It's what y'all make trending. So y'all was really sharing this story. And I just wish, I wish we had less of these stories that are happening. But when they happen, we're going to cover them. Al, what you think?
Two things here. Number one, can we please stop stealing from small business owners? Because they're the one that's the backbone of this economy, and stealing from them is just not healthy for their business. They already got to pay taxes. They got to pay their employees. They got to pay rent. They got to buy the product. They got to keep the lights on. They got to pay their lease if they're in the mall. Please stop stealing from stop stealing from small business. And number two, now this is not body shaming. This is not judging her, but
it is.
That's exactly what it's going to be. And see, that's what I was getting ready. I was getting ready to go there. Because I was going to say what her ass needed.
Right. No. Wait a minute. No. Let me finish. But if she finds the need to steal something, maybe she needs to be stealing a better waist trainer.
Or a waist trainer. Let's start that thing. Go on to the next thing, Claudia. Lizzo taught us we're not supposed to talk about her or anybody that's shaped like her. So let's go on to the next thing.
I want to just say this to you in the FOXSOUL viewers. My entire broadcasting career, I've had a little devil and a little angel on my shoulder. And when I be looking around like that and having the smirk, I be wanting to go with y'all sometimes. But then the angel be like, shut up. No, keep it going. We want to keep going. But I hear y'all. It was a hot mess. I hated to see that. All right, y'all. But hey, if you make a trend, we're going to cover it. So it's your fault. All right, y'all. Keep it locked because coming up next, sex at night may be the key to your sweet dreams. And later, Martha Stewart is blaming the failing economy on remote workers. Hey, don't come for us, Martha Stewart. We'll be right back. Welcome back to more TGIF. All right, y'all. According to a survey that was conducted on social media, most people believe that having sex around bedtime is better than a sleeping pill. Al, you've been talking about how you haven't had sex in a long time and how dry it's been ever since you got to LA and you are just looking for love or looking for lust and it is not going down. You didn't get no birthday sex. What do you think? Do you agree with this? Is sex like a sleeping pill?
I think for me, it is if I climax. So if I don't climax, I don't think it's like a sleeping pill. But I do know that when I climax, you know, your body creates all that serotonin, which gives you that relaxation and that drowsiness, which leads to sleep. So I would say only if it involves climax.
Got it. Okay. All right. Q.
Don't only women climax?
No, when y'all busting
Like, I know what the word means, but I just never heard a man refer to it as climax. Like,
Oh, okay.
yes, girl. Sex definitely puts people to sleep. And I don't know why these scientists are acting like they're so delayed in knowing this and this, that there's no study that links to do we need a study?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, according to this study, they were unsure. That's why I mentioned it. They say that they know that there's a correlation when it comes to if you come, ejaculate, or climax.
Oh, they breaking it down. They breaking it down that deep.
So they're not
Oh,
sure.
yeah, I mean, if you just having sex, huffing and puffing, if anything, that's gonna wake you up. That's like going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? But you have to finish.
And these people have these studies as waste of money. They just having fun with it, being freaky, being voyeurs, watching these people do these studies. Oh, let's see what happens if they bust a nut. Oh, they didn't sleep. Get the hell out of here. That is so fake. We all know what it is. If I don't come, I'm definitely gonna be frustrated and tossing and turning and mad. And then if I have really good sex, I mean, if it's really good, you be put to sleep. And sometimes with women, I know I get a lot of energy. Like I be wanting to like, do stuff. I'm like, I have life. I have like energy. But I will say if I can't sleep, have y'all ever like masturbated to make yourself go to sleep?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Shit, I want to say every damn night. Hell, almost every other shit.
I don't do it often because like immediately after the climax, there's shame. You're like, what have I done?
Oh, girl, I'm 39 years old, honey. I bet stop feeling that way, honey.
I do. I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
My shame come around doing it too doggone much, quiet as it's kept. I'm like, I'll be just sitting home for no reason and be like, oh, it's on commercial break. Knock it out.
Oh, Al, since you haven't beginning, have you been pleasuring yourself?
No, actually, I haven't. I've been trying to figure out this whole if I want to be celibate or not.
Oh, we know the answer to that. Not you, not Al freak show group sex rentals.
You know how like you give yourself these tasks or whatever, these challenges, because there's something really big in the making, and so I'm trying to really stay focused. So I'm really thinking that this could help me stay focused.
Child, give up sugar, give up sodas. Who gives up sex?
Give up them nasty cigarettes. How about that?
Right. Give up them damn cigarettes.
Look,
I hate both of you.
mwah. All right, health officials are issuing a warning after a 54-year-old Mississippi man passed away after eating a raw oyster from a food stand. According to health officials, the man died from a Vibrio ficus infection. I never heard of that, which typically results in minor symptoms like vomiting and diarrhea. Funky, you're a seafood fanatic. What are your thoughts? I'm sorry, Missouri man. What are your thoughts on this?
You know, I think it's sad. I follow that there's a beautiful Black doctor. She always does these little reports on Instagram. I can't think of her name right now. And she talked about this story, and she was saying that this comes from raw seafood and raw shellfish, this particular bacteria that killed this man, and that the best way to avoid this is to cook your food. I'm not a big fan of raw anything. And I just think this is unfortunate, you know, a treat and a delicacy that so many people like, that we're coming to find out that you can actually die from it. I was expecting her to say they were bad and then he got food poisoning. I think that's what most of us expect. They were bad and somebody gets food poisoning. But quiet as it's kept, I'm a char grill oyster girl or oyster Rockefeller type of girl. Y'all can keep all that horseradish. Y'all can keep all that hot sauce. And I do not want it, the lemon juice and the crackers. I don't want it raw. If it's not char grill with a little Parmesan crust of cheese on the top or Rockefeller, you can keep it. So
I cannot. The raw oyster thing, and then people say they just open their mouth and just let it slide down their throat. I'm like, well, what's the point? You're not chewing it. You're not really tasting it. You're getting the after effects. It's like you swallowing a snail. What are you doing, Al? What you like it raw?
Absolutely. You know, this is one of my favorite appetizers. You know, it's an aphrodisiac, Claudia, so you don't have to chew it. You swallow it, you can still get the same effects. But let me tell you, I have a rule of thumb that has been working with me for, look, I'm 50-some years old now, and that is I do not eat oysters nowhere in the mainland. So meaning if there's not a body of water in which the oysters live, I will not eat it in that state. So in St. Louis, Missouri, you couldn't pay me $100,000 to get an oyster out of there because the packing, the transporting, and the delivery of it compromises the ability of it to stay safe and sanitary, and it becomes, contaminated very easily. So that's my rule of thumb for all the soulmates. Do not eat oysters, raw oysters that is, anywhere in the main line.
Makes sense. I'm spoiled from my good old seafood from Rhode Island. All right, y'all, coming up, Martha Stewart's tired opinion about working from home. We'll be right back. Welcome back to more TGF. In the comments, real quick, they keep asking, did they ever find that man's leg? And you know what? In the future, I think we're going to follow up on some stories. So
catch this, T-Girl. Catch this. On one of our FOXSOUL videos, girl, he got in the comments and he told us to contact him if he wanted us he said, thank you for covering my story. And if y'all want any further information, want to talk to me at any time, please reach out to me. So,
well, now that we have 5 days a week, I think we should start following up on those stories that stood out. We're going to start giving y'all.
We're going to find out where that leg at. We're going to find it. And if not, we're going to what airline was it? American?
Yeah.
We're going to call the segment, Where's the Leg?
Where's the leg? Who got the leg? Who got that leg?
Every Tuesday. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay. Once again, FOXSOUL Soulmates. We now are officially 5 days a week starting on June 20th. Thank you so much for your support. Now, in a recent interview with Footwear News, Martha Stewart expressed that America will go down the drain if people don't return to the office. Do y'all agree with Martha? Al, what do you think? Is she hating?
My whole thing is, don't tell me to do something you don't do. Woman, when's the last time you've been to an office or go to an office? Don't tell me to go to work every day, have to be in the office every day if you're not in there. So, I mean, that's my thing. And if productivity and profitability is not going down, then who cares?
I hear you on that. And yeah, she home being rich, talking about y'all need to get back into the office.
Right.
I know you don't agree with this.
Let me tell you, not me, girl. And another thing, I don't take orders or directions from felons, okay? Especially elderly ones, okay? Martha, you need to be somewhere speaking on prison reform, probation, fees, discrimination and inequality and incarceration rates. Those are all things we'll listen to. But you got audacity and big nerve, Martha, because your whole career was one big work from home, bitch. Okay, and on top of that, you weren't even doing real work. At least other people that work from home are doing like administrative jobs that require degrees. You were doing shit from home that people do on the weekend: cook, garden, arts and crafts. The nerve of you, Martha, the nerve.
It is rich coming from someone that actually started her career from the kitchen, right? All right, Martha, we see you. She done did one sexy photo shoot. Now she's telling everybody what to do. Okay. Boosie is once again showing his ass, no pun intended. During Pride Month, the rapper shared a few words after being labeled as homophobic. Boosie said, I trust gay people more than I trust regular people. Okay, he's coming around. What are your thoughts on Boosie's remarks? Ow.
You know what? Now he's thinking he knows better. He knows he gets in trouble when he says the LGBT stuff. At least I'm glad he's kind of come around. But you know, we got to dig into this later. It's the same thing oftentimes when women use the gays as accessories. He went on to say he loves gay people. He trusts gay people with his money more than he does regular people, which means, yeah, you cool with us when we're an instrument and a tool for you. So while you thought you were saying something supportive, you still got it wrong, Boosie.
Okay. Al, what do you think?
I just want to know, what does his daughter and this friend manager of his really think? You know, because he's always talking about something gay and they're gay. I wonder what they really think. And didn't he go to jail today? He went to jail today for federal gun charges.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do better as a society. I want to thank my co-hosts, Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for the Black Water Horse movies. Catch it on our YouTube channel and website. We will see you on Friday. Once again, tell all your friends that we are on 5 days a week. And if you like that segment idea, following up, holler at us in the comments.
See you later, soulmates.
Good night.